Hi, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. And Target Individual Programming. So, what happens when they engage in a blitz like today? Attack with sound, remote neural monitoring to affect your nervous system using the New York Predator Department to engage in stalking, using civilians to engage in manipulation, lying, deception, covert drugging, poisoning, all these things, including family members. And so what they do is afterwards, they will engage in a heavy remote neural monitoring campaign. Whenever you hear all the noise outside, yeah, it's been going on. They have been, the New York Predator Department again, engaging in hijacking my consciousness. Whenever I stare at things, if I hold things that are green in my hand, you use the sirens. Okay? Anything that color green, you use the sirens. All right? Also, any uh, when I hold item like this, black and silver, it use the sirens. Whenever I hold a knife in my hand, they use the sirens. Right? Anything, because again, they are desperate. They know what it is that they've done, and people are beginning to realize what it is that they've done. They know that they have engaged in non-consensual human experimentation. They know that they've engaged in illegally microchipping people without their consent. And in order for them to get away with it, they have to try to set you up to try to silence you. And the way they do it is covertly. Covert manipulation, psychological manipulation, silent sound spread spectrum, right? What is called sonic attacks, sonic weapons, right? But it's not the piercing sound that is projected into your brain. It is silent sound spread spectrum, or what is called synthetic telepathy, to use your own inner voice to attack you, to program you, to manipulate you. And they are desperate because people are waking up to the truth. People are getting to understand. As this technology is coming out into the open, you're going to see them become even more desperate. And their cult followers, the so-called good Christians, people love to call themselves good Christians. They're not good people at all. Understand that. And I can say uh, uh, without any sort of doubt, any sort of misunderstanding, because I, as a human being, will not allow anyone to come to me and get me to engage in the behavior that these so-called good Christians engage in towards me or anybody else. Okay? My goodness doesn't come from a belief. Yeah, sirens. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. These predators. That's who they are. And like I said, there's a long history of what it is that they've been doing, and I'm going to continue to expose them, and I'm going to continue to do what I need to do to make sure that they don't do this to other people, and people realize, particularly family members who turn their back on other family members because whether they move away from Christianity, you have to understand how these religious zealots, how they use religion to manipulate us, how they use technology, knowing that they can manipulate us. I keep saying, one of the best movies you can look at to understand how technology can be used to manipulate people who are believers is the Wizard of Oz. Okay, the Wizard of Oz, the original one, and understanding how it is man uses intelligence, some for good, some for evil purposes, and the manipulation of the electromagnetic spectrum, because we are, as human beings, operate on that too, right? We have electrical charge. When we think, when we touch, we taste, all five senses is that based off our electrical signals that our brain fires off, right? How we're able to differentiate the the feeling of the surfaces of different things. So understand that they have spent billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars, on learning how to manipulate our minds and developing technology to do just that. Stop being fooled. And as I said, whenever I speak the truth, you all hear them say, use the sirens because they have to protect their lives. So you don't got to protect the truth, but they got to protect their lives. All right? Talk to you guys in the next video.